Welcome to Mike Dub 27 Day Trader, and hopefully everybody is having a good day. Today we're going to be talking about Lucid Group, and I think it's time to go ahead and put it to bed. I think it's RIP Lucid Group. Let's take a look at it. Now, of course, recently they had the reverse stock split. That's Lucid Diagnostic. The computer doesn't even want to go there. Now, when it did the reverse stock split, it was at $20 because it did like a 1 to 10, and it was at $2 at the time. And I think some people are hoping that from there, bigger companies were going to start investing in it, and it was going to start going up. But instead, it just kept falling and falling and falling and falling. But here's the interesting thing that I want to bring to your attention. When you actually look at the candlesticks and look at how it was being traded, there was never a solid green with the MACD. You got like little smidges of it trying to go up. Just, I want to say 5 cents from like 2045 to, let me get that correct, 2058 to 2078. But then it went right back down. Even when you look at the RSI and everything like that, it never made any legitimate moves. There was never a real bump into the green direction. It just kept going red and red and red and red, to the point it almost felt like there was some sort of manipulation going on. Just because this number right here, 2097, basically this was the $2 mark. I remember when it was at $2, and it was like every time it tried to get above $2, it just got smacked right down. And then once they did a reverse stock split, it was at 20. It went from 21 directly to 20, and it just stayed there. No matter how much people tried to buy into it, it would not move up. And then eventually it went down, and then it stayed in a straight line. It would not move up. Then it went down, almost as if this was the whole point of the day in the first place. Somebody smacking it all the way down to the point is at 17. By the end of the month, this stock will probably be right back at $2. And a reverse stock split will mean nothing. Now, one or two things is going on. Either there's an inside job and they're trying to just get as much money out of people as possible so they could fund Lucid Group, or you got some people from the competition like Tesla or something like that who bought a whole bunch of Lucid Group stock just so they could keep it going down. Of course, this is all allegedly. I'm not a finance person and I don't attest to be, but it's looking like some sort of manipulation right here. Look at the market cap. Market cap's at 54.26 billion. That means a lot of money just got pumped into it. Like the market cap used to be 6 billion. You see what's going on here? So the market cap went from 6 billion to 54 billion with the reverse stock split. Where'd the money come from? How did they go from 6 billion to 54 billion in market cap over the weekend? Just think about that for a second. Price to earnings ratio negative 17.17. Opening price was $18.90. Closing price on the low today $17.36. High today $19.70. Low $17.36. So it never had a chance. Volume still where it's normally at today, which was 21.61 million. It's after hours, so it's at 8.46 million now. Right here it says, and this is Seeking Alpha News, Lucid Group falls to an all-time low on a split adjusted basis. Lucid Group falls 10.1%. Why Lucid Group stock was falling today? Now let's go ahead and let's look at the hedge funds and see what's going on there. You look at the hedge funds, and these are the Saudis. Activity none. All right. Philippine Latfont. Anything going on there? Zero. Then you got some open positions. So right there, we see that there's nothing going on when it comes to the big wigs, who got all the shares. And then when you look at these other positions, they're open positions still. But now let's look at insiders. Now this is from June 20th. I'm going until now. Mark Winterhoff, an uninformative buy. Shares 666,666. Gagan Dunn, I can't say that name. Another informative buy from SVP Finance and Accounting. 533,333 shares. And then Eric Bach from SVP Product and Chief Engineer, uninformative buy, 600,000 shares. So that right there tells me that those sales are not coming from, inside. And that isn't Lucid Group. So which leads me to be it has to be somebody from the outside that has all of these shares and is constantly making them go down. They've been doing it for a while. We saw a spike back at July 17th when it hit around like $3 and some change, like $3.20, something like that, or $3. But ever since then, it's just been a constant dip. And we can definitely see it's going to keep going. Like I said, I expect it to get back down to $2. It's no point to keep any type of faith inside of this company. Yes, they have a good automobile, but they're out of the league. They're out of the league. Pretty sure, I'm not going to sound pretty sure, but I speculate that the people who own all these shares that they're short and probably got Teslas in their front yard. But either way, they're out of the league. It's not really too much going on today. Terra Wolf didn't really do anything. It's up 2%. Infla RX is up 8.75%. I didn't do anything with it. And Oncolytics Biotech is up 6.73%. Didn't do anything with that either. Bitfarm is down 0.75%. And Bitmine, which is the leader in crypto mining, is down 2.34%, which crypto is kind of sitting still right now. Don't really have too many ideas going forward right now on where to go with this. Robinhood's down to 100. It was at 108. Those could be considered long. And Canaan is at 73 cents. He's not really doing anything. I'll go ahead and probably take that off the list. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens tomorrow. Right now, it's wide open. I'm looking at AGNC investments, to be honest with you, and may try to get that if it dips down to, the low 9.6s. and jump back in the dividend game until this market figures itself out. We do have some IPOs coming up. So if you're interested in IPOs, you got Gemini, Figure, and KLR. I do have a position in KLR, so we're going to see what that does on the 12th. Gemini, let me see, it is a regulated cryptocurrency exchange. So this is a cryptocurrency exchange, 700 employees, that's strong. And then Figure Technology Solutions Incorporated offers a platform that helps in lending, trading, and investment activities in areas such as consumer credits and digital assets. The company serves customers in the United States. That's interesting because that's a platform. And a lot of people love platforms, kind of like Webull and Robinhood. And of course, KLR or Klarna Group. Klarna is an AI-powered payments and commerce network empowering people to pay smarter, and that's basically what it is. All right, but other than that, not too much going on with this market. So make sure you're smart with your money. Once again, I'm not a professional finance person, so if you have any questions about that, ask your local financier. But it's Mike Dub 27 Day Trader, and I am out. Don't forget to like and follow. Deuces.